Hey everyone, my name's Dorothy. Welcome back to Yarn Pony. I hope you can hear me and excuse the ambient noise in the background. Those are my kids playing. So, I unearthed a old knitting whip. It is the Tompton Pullover by Fox and Folk. I got stuck on Sleeve Island, and that's where I've been since April 11th of last year. I'm on the last sleeve, and it looks like this. Excuse the ends, my first time doing a Latvian braid, and my first time ever, sorry, that's, here we go, that's better. My first time ever doing a 3-color work, and I fell in love with, excuse me, I didn't want to cover my microphone. I fell in love with 3-color work. I will definitely be knitting another one of these again. I just don't know when because I have a lot of things I want to knit. Speaking of a lot of things that I want to knit, I definitely, in my lifetime, God willing, I live to be 105 and still knit. I want to knit through my Ravelry queue or my Ravelry library that I've curated over the last 20 years. They're all digital patterns, but I want to knit through all of them in my lifetime. So that's what I've been thinking about. What about you? Do you have a motivation or a pattern that you really want to knit and probably knit again? Let me know in the comments. It's nice to have a moment here and sit down and connect with you guys. So, if you don't mind me chatting a little bit while you grab something to drink or sip on, if you're in the hemispheres, whichever one it may be, grab something cool or warm to drink. We've been good. I've just been trying to prioritize and organize things, especially when it comes to my knitting, what I want to knit on next. I did look into my stash or my yarn collection, as Erica from Loada Knit says. And I definitely want to work through it. So that means a lot of color work, sweaters, and cardigans and pullovers and everything else that we love, that we all love to do. That's gonna get planned. When I'm done with this, I think I'm gonna knit the Peninsular Pullover by Albina McLaughlin because I have the yarn for it. Anyway, I made this bag this morning. It's just a little bag without a handle or anything. I just pop my knitting in here. I am knitting on a self-drafted shawl pattern. I don't know what it's called. I just let my hand do the work. My hands do the work. But it's a self-drafted pattern. It looks like this. It's a very simple. You knit 2 and then you yarn over and then you knit to the end. And then you continue doing that. You knit 2, yarn over, knit to the end. And you come up with something that looks like this. I'm using this yarn out of my stash or yarn collection. Yarn collection sounds a lot better than stash. So let's just say it like that. I found it out of my yarn collection. And in my bag or in my craft room downstairs, I have found some hand spun that I spun on my spinning wheel. a long time ago. It's in here, and I don't know, I think it's dark brown, so you can't really see it. It's very thin here. It's mm, it's okay for consistency wise. I haven't been spinning that long. I think I've been spinning on and off for about 3 years, and it's still very thick and thin, but it's thin, which I like. So that's what that looks like. So when I'm done with getting off of Sleeve Island for the Tompton pullover, I'm going to also knit on that shawl and finish it. What are your plans for this summer for 2025? We plan hopefully to go to Mount Rushmore, which I've never been to before. So that sounds really fun. Yeah, let me know where you're going. Uh, Let me know if there are any yarn stores in Mount Rushmore if you live in that area or not. I would love to get some local, maybe fiber to spin or some local yarn to knit with. But again, I have such a big yarn collection already that I don't think that I'm going to be needing anything. Maybe some stitch markers. Well, no, because I have a stitch marker collection as well. Over the last 20 years that I've been knitting, I've collected a lot, which is not good for consumption. Anyway, the other thing I was going to say is that my favorite form of travel is driving. I used to like flying, but the way that everything is these days with flying, yes, you get there a lot faster, but I just don't like being on an airplane anymore. It's just too cramped, too crowded, and you're on there forever. After about 2 hours, I start to get really anxious and jittery, and I'm just like, I want this to be over, and it isn't. I think the next big road trip we might take is to go out to California as a family of 5, 6 plus my mom, grandma. So we will see if that happens. All right, I think I hear some crying and restlessness. So thank you so much for joining me here in this little moment. Like and subscribe if you want to stick around and see what else I come up with. Bye bye.